Waitress saves a life with her blood, had no idea the patient was a billionaire. It was just after the lunch rush when Sarah wiped down the last table at Marlowe's Diner, the worn-out corner cafe where she'd worked for 6 years. The regulars had cleared out, leaving only the hum of the soda machine and the clink of dishes from the back. Her phone buzzed. A citywide alert, urgent need for O-negative blood. Sarah glanced at her name tag, it reminded her she had what they needed. Without hesitation, she untied her apron, told the cook she'd be back soon, and headed for the hospital. She'd always believed in helping when she could. A single mother and a waitress scraping by, she didn't have much to give, but her blood was free. As nurses prepped her in a sterile room, they told her it was for a patient in critical condition, no further details. She didn't ask. She just smiled faintly and offered her arm. Across the hallway, a team of doctors fought to keep a man alive after a massive car accident. Internal bleeding, massive trauma. They said his only chance was an immediate transfusion. The blood arrived just in time. Sarah was back at the diner by dinner, tired but content. Life moved on. She never even knew if the man survived. 2 weeks later, a black car pulled up outside the diner. A sharply dressed man stepped out, followed by a woman in a tailored suit. Sarah watched from behind the counter, her hands still wrapped around a coffee pot. The man approached her with eyes full of disbelief and gratitude. "You're Sarah Miller?" he asked. Yeah," she said cautiously. He smiled, then held out a trembling hand. "You saved my life. I had no idea who you were. But I've been trying to find you ever since." Confused, Sarah asked, "Are you the man who needed the blood?" "I'm David Langston," he said, and she froze. Everyone knew the name. Tech billionaire. Investor. Philanthropist. "I wouldn't be standing here if it weren't for you. You didn't ask for anything, but I want to give you something." Before she could protest, his assistant handed her an envelope. Inside was a full scholarship for her son, college paid in full. A separate letter promised a donation made in her name to the local hospital's blood donation center. And then, a check. Sarah's hands trembled. It was more money than she'd seen in her life. Tears welled in her eyes. "I didn't do it for this," she whispered. "I know," he said, his voice cracking. "That's why it matters." The story hit the news the next day. Waitress donates blood, saves billionaire's life. But for Sarah, the headlines didn't matter. What mattered was knowing that in a world often divided by status and struggle, one quiet act of kindness could bridge the gap. She returned to work the next day, same counter, same apron, but with a new sense of purpose. The diner felt warmer, the world a little kinder. Because kindness, she realized, has a way of coming back, often when you least expect it.